Welcome back, guys, to Factorio Meiosis. This is episode number 37. Today we're making robots. Robots and engines, robot frames, all the stuff that I just mentioned. The stuff that makes logistics robots, construction robots, which includes the robo frames here, and we're also going to make electric engine units and engine units all in one little area because they're all kind of interrelated, connected. The majority of the things I use engines for are the robots. Ergo, we're going to put them all here. We're going to need, actually, this is going to be kind of a one of the bigger cells because we're going to need 5 different things coming in. We need iron, steel, batteries, green circuits, and red circuits. And we also need, on top of that, we're going to need, let me just line this up. What do I need to delete? I need to delete from this guy all the way up to this corner. We also need lubricant. Yeah, we're going to need lubricant as well. So we're going to make a stop that's actually going to be pretty similar to this. It's going to be fairly straightforward. I don't know why I didn't start making these more streamlined stops. I guess it just didn't occur to me until I had seen it once that, oh, that's the way to do it. This gobbledygook, you don't have to do it that way. At first, I was trying to look for an area where we might be able to put this because the lubricant we're making is right here. So because we're piping that, it would be good if that was, if this cell was somewhat nearby. Let's do another overlap. What do I have to do for this side? So we need, okay, this much up to there. And then I realized all this stuff here that's just north of us, we can get rid of all of it because it's all of our sort of experimental stuff when we were coming up with the new layouts for our train stops. Once we upgraded to express belts, all that stuff's just going to be kind of sitting there, taking up space because I didn't really have any other use for this space, but now we do, so we're going to pick it all up. And we also have to figure out what we're doing about our lubricant issue. Let's see, did I do this right? All right, so we need 5 stops and then 1 stop to pick up the output later on down the road when we make our depot. So I swear one of these days I'm going to make that depot cell. I'm not kidding. One day it's going to get made. So we need to find the most basic, straightforward layout that fits nicely. Let's just, let's bring this guy up here and just see what the spacing looks like. Kind of over to there, and then we'll move stuff around to see. Let's see, is this facing right? Yeah, that's right. Move stuff around to make it more compact. We need to fit 6 of these guys in here. I guess we can go down and up. And then they have to be able to get out. This is kind of the thing I need to figure out. And this is the kind of thing I've been editing out recently of the videos. All those like little montages of building with robots that you see, where things just line up perfectly in the end. I've been leaving out all of the little trial and error of like, oh, does this fit right? Oh, what if I move stuff over? Oh, what if I shift all 7 of them over again? It'll be just a little bit better. That's how we get a nice streamlined shape just like that. Okay, are we missing something? We're missing power. Okay, I guess we can... No, let's not worry about power just yet till we get the layout we want. So here's kind of a thing, right? So this has that much room to go up to vertical. And just by the length of the stop, we know that this is not far enough back. So that means that all this needs to be picked up, done again. And we need to go over... one little space. Oh, okay, little autosave. Oh, okay, I'm done killing aliens for a little while anyway. So let's go to options and autosave interval. Let's put it back up to 8 minutes. Much less invasive. There we go. So that was where the track was. And I think we can get away with it just being like this. Shift click that, rotate it to the shape we want. Like that, and we'll bring this back up to there, and let's just let the robots catch up. Any day now, in your own, at your own pace. Take your time. No big deal, guys. And I guess this battery is helping keeping these guys charged. This guy is getting drained. And now, I guess now that they're done, it's getting... Yeah, that got refilled super fast thanks to that battery. I guess that's pretty cool. Good thing I started using that. Because that battery lasts forever, and I have enough downtime in between building that it's going to get filled up. Okay, here we go again. Let's try this spacing. I guess I could make a spacer blueprint that just has the rail and like a little start and stop kind of marker or something. It doesn't have to put down all these items, so I can lay things out and get an idea of if they're... Let's actually do it this way. If it's gonna work. Yeah, I put one extra rail there. We don't need that. And in fact, I don't think... Yeah, we don't have room for it. Okay, so next thing to do, we want the train stops to start as soon as possible. So we'll go back to there. And I guess what we could do... You know what? Oh, we can make this way more compact. Boy, I'm silly. Okay, so instead of this... Yeah, let's just make sure... I want to have this line up with the blueprint. Yeah, okay, so that's where the blueprint stops. Here's what we can do. Dude, you guys. Go straight over like this. Get rid of these. Dude, guys, get in me. Get inside me. Jump inside. Fellas. Okay, lovely. Okay. Here we go. So we can get a lot more space than what I was using. Wasn't really thinking with my noggin. Okay, so then from here... Boop, 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 boop. Rotate that around. Let's get the most space we can. Like that. Okay, there we go. So then if I do it here, I guess next thing we need to do is go to where this bend. Yeah, this is as much... We can't make this any narrower. So what we need to do next is take this bend, turn him to a horizontal track. Just like that. Okay, so there's our first stop. And then we'll put 5 more on top of that. This should fit. Like so. That should be lined up the exact same as the other ones. We can just verify that that is the case. We can give them power. Yeah, okay. So we'll build 5 more, and then we'll build the loading one, this guy. Which won't be used just yet, but eventually we will. There's a second one. It's getting dark. Let's give these guys power. So I guess we'll chain it up to you. Can we do it with one? Bam! Okay, one intermediary little guy. Let's give him a light bulb. Bloop. All right, so that's 2. Now we'll delete our placement guy, who I use to line things up. Because I don't think that's going to be the opposite. No, yeah, that's not going to fit. Then we'll add 3 more of those, and then, like I said, the loading one. All right, so here's a basic little flow chart of the things we need to make, and it's just very simplified just to give me an idea of the layout and also what order to put the different stops. So each of these little inserters just represents an input item. So this guy right here, engine unit, he needs steel. Then he also needs the iron gear wheels and the pipes. So we'll make those. I guess we'll bring iron in like this. And then he feeds directly into this guy, the electric engine unit, and he's also going to need electronic circuits, so that's this thing. And he also needs the lubricant. We'll get in via the pipe. I guess we may as well, don't really do this, but whatever. Like that, and then he'll feed directly into this guy. And all 3 of these guys take 20 seconds, so I want to use beacons. I brought beacons, right? I think they're in the car. Let's check the car. I brought some, yeah, okay. And because these guys take 20 seconds, even with beacons speeding the hell out of them, they're going to be kind of slow. These 2 guys right here, they're pretty quick. They're half a second each. Half a second you, half a second you. So we don't need beacons for those guys. Where did my beacons go? They're in my inventory. They're not on my bar. So these guys, let's go down here to the bottom. Okay, like that. And I would like to have multiple of each of these. Let me just do the math again. It is 1-to-1, right? So 1 engine unit is used to make an electric engine unit. 1 electric engine is used to make 1 flying robot. Okay, we can do 1-to-1, but if we can make we can have multiple. I think maybe 2. 2 is enough, I would think, because I'm not going to be coming by here. This is not a robot-heavy base. This is a train base. Let's spread these guys down a little bit more. Like this. Let's move the car out of the way. And I put these substations here just for power, so we'll reconfigure those. It's just so I don't have this flashing icon like that, which gets annoying when I'm trying to figure stuff out. Bit of a distraction. Okay, your overlapping squares is confusing me. Okay, there we go. So that's as far away as that beacon can get. We want to have the most effect sources as possible. Put those back. All right, so this guy is going to be Mr. Normal Engine Unit. And then I think we're going to have to output him. If we want multiple of them, we will need to output his send the engine unit actually down through the middle. Let's see, what else do you need? You need steel, so we'll put the steel on a belt here on this side. And then I think we'll make the gear wheels and the... What does it need? Pipes? The gear wheels and the pipes, we'll make them back here. I mean, we're going to move all this down. So this is just to get an idea of the layouts. We'll put this... let's see, the last beacon is also... on this side will be... Here, let's go ahead and put him down. Okay, and then we would have just a guy kind of like there and there. And they would be making... What am I looking for? We want gear wheels and pipes, right? Okay, and we can put those each on half of the belt. Because these things take 20 seconds, even sped up by a ton, it's not going to matter. We'll bring their iron up here. And does anything else in this build require iron? Let's look. These guys, this guy takes iron. This guy does not. This guy does not. This guy does not. And this guy... Okay, so the iron is going to be the first stop. What are we going to call this? Robot? Yeah, we'll call this the robot cell. Not Chris Britton. So robot cell iron. Bam, that's how you figure that out. You got to lay it down, flow chart it, expand it, make it work. So we'll have the iron come down here. Nothing else needs that stuff, so this belt can end here theoretically. But we will need to output his thing. I guess nothing else needs to be going down the middle, so we can put that on the edge, give us more room for substations, that kind of thing. And then that will go under there. And we'll need to output... Let's just say we're going to have 2 of these guys, because I don't need to come by here very often. But sometimes I may want a bunch of robots. I don't want to wait around, so we want them to move it. Produce stuff reasonably quick. And now we don't have power there. Okay, let me give them power. And let's also put some lights. Oop, okay. Autosave every 8 minutes. Let's put some lights down so we can see what we're doing. Whatever. I'm going to pick this stuff up later anyway. Okay, so it'll be something like that. The iron will be coming in there. And that should be plenty. All it's providing is to him. And then the other thing he will need is what? Steel? Okay, so steel will come in on this belt. And then slightly tricky thing, we need steel further down. These guys are going to be put here. And then we'll need them... Let's go ahead and pick up this much. And we don't need these guys anymore because we moved those. Yeah, this is the end of this belt. If we're only having 2 of these, the next one... I guess we can't make that any more compact. The next one's going to be him. We'll rotate him, I suppose. Give him an input for his these things. Oh, you know what? No, this isn't quite going to work. Because if we have... So he'll have... Oh, gosh. That was the wrong thing. If we have... Let's give him the output here. Let's try to figure this out. Okay, we need 2 of these guys. All right. And he'll have to output his engines in a similar manner. Like so. Then how is this belt going to get down to there? Ooh, tricky, tricky, tricky. I don't have room to put a splitter. Although I guess I could put a splitter and just move everything down. Although that's going to affect the spacing for these guys. I suppose... Let's see. Let's just take a... Let's back up here a second. What else does he need? He needs green circuits and lubricant. And that's it. Oh, he only needs 2 things. Okay, so that simplifies things. We will need steel down the road for him. So I'm going to have this belt... Where is it? There we go. This belt's going down there for this guy. And that means then we can probably just do this, right? Yeah, okay, problem solved. Problem solved. So we can move this guy to the left. He'll have the output here. Okay, there's his output going down to the next one. Let's get rid of these. Once we figure out this next little part, the rest should be fine. Then this will input... Whoa, whoa, whoa. These will input the normal engines. And we'll also need to input green circuits, so we'll have to swap this belt out and weave the, maybe we can weave the steel around. And voila, that is the end product. Fairly well streamlined, I think. So let's turn on all the trains. Let's make sure everything is set up properly. Automatic, we're going robot cell, iron cell, empty cargo inventory, etc. Kind of have a module that we use for each of these now. Just that we're applying a set of rules, rather. Not really a module, but a set of rules that I've just allowed us to expand quickly now that I kind of have things figured out. This guy is for the pickup. We've got lubricant coming down through here. I've combined 2 of the belts together, or I've combined 4 of the things into 2 belts, rather. So this bottom one is the iron. It gets its own belt. It comes here. It makes the pipes and the gears. The gears go down here, and the pipes into the engine units. And then steel and batteries are getting combined here onto one belt. Because these things take 20 seconds to make, and while it'll be faster after we put the speed modules down, but it's still not going to be that fast. That it's not going to outrun half a belt. These blue belts do 40 items a second, and so if we split that in half, having one thing on each side, that's 20 items a second. And let's see, this guy, which ones did I combine? Boop. Yeah, for him. So the steel and the batteries are on opposite sides of one belt, and he only needs 1 for steel and 2 for batteries. Let's put down the speed modules and the beacons while we wait for the trains. They should be getting back pretty soon. And speaking of which, yeah, I just heard one. Let me not stand on the railroad. Okay, that's all those. Now, if we can put productivity modules in any of these, that'd probably be a good idea, just to save on overall resources. Okay, it doesn't want to let me do it there, but I can there, and there, and there, and there. And these guys don't really matter. They're already halfway, but I can't put productivity on those because productivity's modules are only for, like, intermediate parts. Okay, so there's the red, and that looks like iron, I think, maybe. Oh, here comes green. There's batteries. Take them a few circuits around to get everything set up. Let's just make sure everything's working right. This guy only needs steel, but he's not going to take stuff on the belt he doesn't need. This goes through here like this. We had to sort of swap them around, daisy chain them a little bit, so that we could get the steel and the batteries down to him, but then also get the greens down to him. Wait, hang on a second. Oh, he needs green too. Oh, yeah, I did that on purpose. But then you, I didn't count for this. Dang. Greens. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to reconfigure this. I forgot an ingredient. We're missing one. Oh, okay, I got to step it on the belt. So I want to do kind of what I'm doing here. So we want the greens. Oops. Okay, thank you. Let's see if we can do it like this. So the greens are going to go straight through there, and we'll have an inserter doing that. No, I don't have space. Oh. So that would be there for... This is basically what I just had. I just recreated what I already had, didn't I? I wanted to try moving this down. The reason that this works is because this is the end of the steel and the, those guys. Okay. Crap! Okay, well, I can make it work a different way. It's no biggie. Let's do this. Get rid of this underground section. So we'll put you there. And then we can just do this kind of thing. I think... Well, yes, okay. I think that will maintain the one on the left and one on the right. I think it'll split perfectly. And I'll check back on it just to make sure. Then we've got these guys doing this, and we can sort of load up the belt a little bit better. Oh, no, that doesn't work. Oops. Whatever, it doesn't matter. They're being made fast enough. So we went from 20 seconds, and at the moment it's being made at, what's the speed? Crafting speed plus 340%, so it's like, I don't know, 6 seconds? Something like that, and it's full up. This guy's full up. Okay, pretty nice. These guys are made pretty quickly. They'll never run out. I think they'll be fine. Now, these guys are getting made. Did I limit these chests? I did. And so we are waiting on these guys. They don't have steel. What am I missing here? Is this not steel on this belt? What am I missing? Oh, this has, right. Wait a second. This, oh. Okay, I screwed up another thing. I screwed it up. So this belt, this thing is actually too far away, isn't it? Yes, this needs to be here. And let's put that back. Okay, this is the, I lay out everything out at first and want to see if it works. Now we're not getting greens, so we'll just reconfigure this briefly. And then redo the lights. There we go. So this guy was spaced slightly wrong. Because this belt, sometimes it's input, sometimes it's outputs, and it was, I guess it was confusing. It wasn't quite apparent. When there's nothing on the belts, it's hard to see. When they're full of their items, it's much more straightforward. All right, so now you're making your stuff. Putting it on your belt. You're making your stuff. You're putting it on this belt. And they're just going to go to both these guys. And when one fills up, the other one will get the remaining robot core thingies. And I think that'll be good in the long term, because I'm really not using that many robots. I mean, we obviously could have scaled this up and made these things way faster, but I think this is fine. What ought to pick up? Okay, so let's grab the batteries, stick them in there. Grab the extra steel, stick it in there. Grab the engine units, or the electric engines, stick them in there. Yeah, all right, so we did it. We've got a new cell, and I'll add the concrete and the bricks to the ground to give it our cell style, cell shading. I guess you could call it cell shading. Oh, man, why didn't I name that episode cell shading? That would have been perfect. And it looks like we're out of red circuits, but another train should be along shortly. That's the end of the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.